I am a 25-year-old bisexual female. There's this couple I once knew. I had dated both the guy and the girl in the past. When we were younger, she and I did quite a bit of experimenting together. This is way before he came into her life. I've always fantasized about being able to talk and flirt with both of them at the same time. I want to take them both to bed with me and take control of the entire situation. I find the thought of it exciting, but I would feel like it was the sexual last word in our relationships. I like being with men and women, but I don't think I would ever want to be a man. I find transsexuals disturbing and wrong. It's one thing to be gay, but it is another thing to change your biological makeup and still claim yourself as straight. If you're born a man, then you will forever and always be a man in your DNA. I do not understand women who become men but then get pregnant and give birth. In my opinion, they gave up the right to motherhood when they became a man. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked. I like men and women, and that's that.
I am a 24-year-old gay male. My biggest fantasy would be that I get a hot guy to come and fix me something in my house. And then crazy wild sex happens. I find the female body attractive, but I don't find it sexually arousing, or it doesn't make me want to be intimate with a woman. I would have straight sex just to know how it feels. I would want to fuck as many girls as I wanted and enjoy it. If everyone in the world was gay, it would become pretty underpopulated pretty fast. According to the Bible, a man and a woman are not meant. According to the Bible, a man is not meant to reproduce. But a lot has changed since then. It would definitely be the end of our species, but boy, would it be fabulous. There are so many people in the world that do not reproduce, and they have a huge impact. I feel gay people have purposes in our world just like everyone else. We spend our whole life trying to find out what our purpose is in life, but everyone has one. Gay people just show it a different way, and show a different way of life to others. I'm still trying to figure it all out.
Why do you look so sad? I was sitting alone in a George Webb's in downtown Milwaukee thinking. I must have been pretty deep in thought for a man outside the restaurant to notice my emotion. I recently went through a horrible breakup, and soon after met a guy who changed everything. I was sitting there thinking about all that had happened to me since I came out my sophomore year of high school, how this time as a young gay man has flown past me so quickly. I felt a tap on my shoulder. I turned around to see a man smiling at me. He had some missing teeth, and the smell of booze on his breath was strong. The first words out of his mouth were, "Why do you look so sad?" I told him I was just thinking. He pulled out $2 out of his pocket, placed them on the table, and explained that it was all he had. I told him I would buy something small for him before I left. He was shocked and said, "Really? Well, I want a California burger. You know, like the song, Hotel California." The wait staff refused him service, saying that he comes in there all the time and hassles the customers for money. That's when I realized he had been lying to me. Earlier, he had mentioned he was on a layover on his way to Minneapolis, and eventually he was kicked out of the restaurant. On his way out, he mentioned that he wanted a Philly cheesesteak from Subway instead because they would serve him. I broke my 10 at the register and gave him $5 right outside the restaurant. I walked with him, listening to his stories around the corner to Subway. And before he went in, he shook my hand for the third and last time, saying, "Thank you. My name is Maurice." Why did I give him the money? Why did I take the time to listen? Because he was a human being in need. He was a human being with life challenges. I am a human being with life challenges. He noticed and felt my sadness. Maurice feels emotion just as I do. He cheered me up. He didn't need to know I was gay. It wouldn't have mattered. He needed money. I needed someone to talk to. It's just that simple. We all have the ability to understand each other. We are more similar than we think.